Another week, another race here for the NARAS Cup Series playoff. Second race of the round of 16 here at the beautiful Richmond Raceway located in Richmond, Virginia. 0.75 miles track tonight, short track racing here. 14, 8, and 2 degree bankings, 2 being that straightaway. Four corner oval as usual here tonight. A big race, the second race of the round of 16 with a light field going into tonight. Should not see much shakeups here on the track. Seems to be a little bit loose from some of the drivers. Hearing some of their call outs so far, some of them a little bit worried. But anyway, 200 laps here tonight will be done. 50 laps for the two stages, first two stages, 100 for the end. Only 9 sets of tires in those pit boxes there tonight, with 100% in the fuel tanks. So that will make a difference on the driving side aspect with the green flag pit cycles. We are just a few short minutes away from the green flag here at the Virginia Lovers 200. As always, my name is Tyler Jones, and I will be here broadcasting for you directly in the booth tonight for Asphalt Racing Network here on Fisher Studios. And let's take a look at this beautiful track here tonight. Pretty quiet right now. Qualifying already finished. Decent amount of drivers have a good time so far. Seems like we have a different pole sitter than normal going into this week. The 09 of Isaiah Fox, able to take the pole for himself here tonight, will be a difference maker hopefully for him, as he has not had the best couple of weeks leading up into this race. So hopefully we'll have a good race on his hands for tonight. Roughly 12 minutes and 25 seconds left until the green flag start. Lights already on the track as it is pitch black in those skies here in Richmond. Difference of that draft and that temperature will make a difference on those tires. Looking at the weather, pull up on the right hand side of your screen there. 65 degrees in the air, only 66 degrees on the track right now, 95% humidity in the air for these drivers. It is going to be a rough and tough battle. Also noting 12 up to 12 mile per hour winds going to make an impact on that car throughout the entirety of this night, as you see through that front stretch. About to the exit of 2, it is all stands. A lot of that draft going to be coming from the halfway point of the backstretch all the way up into that exit of 4th. So it is going to be a little bit tough there with all of that air and these draft packs to try to get a few things going here. We will be able to see in just a few minutes who will be able to keep it a green flag race and who's going to have problems with their cars for tonight. While we try to tick down these minutes until the green flag, I would like to say thank you to anybody tuning in here live on Fisher Studios. And if you are watching this as a replay, thank you for designating a little bit of your time to sit down and enjoy a great race here, folks. Roughly about 10 minutes left until we start this beautiful race here in Virginia. 200 miles completed at the end of this race, or 200 laps, excuse me, which totals out to about roughly 150 miles on the night for all drivers. And while we still have a few minutes left until our grid, before that green flag is waved, we will go ahead and take a minute to hear a word from our local sponsors.
Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh
and to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
You got a great car, great team. Let's go execute. Our time. We know what we got to do. Stay in the fight between the walls.
Time to turn the intensity up.
Fight till no matter what happens. Good day to be in victory lane.
Green flag is in the air. Driving with conviction. Side by side, hammer down. The after-checks are lit. Count out anybody. Who wants it the most?
We are eyes on the leader now.
He is driving his guts out. Wheel to wheels, they come to the line. What a victory this will be.
Nobody wants it more than you.
Next flag is going to end it. Does he have enough? A dominant performance. You're going to say no, baby. Let's go. Can you believe what you are seeing? Everybody pushing as hard as they can in one final shot.
Gotta earn this thing. Right here to the end.
It is all on the table.
A total 500.
And we are back here ready to go racing in just a few short seconds here. Warm-ups being finished at this point in time, and then we will be ready to grid momentarily. Make sure to check us out 3 times a week. We go live, one here on YouTube for Fisher Studios. Regular schedule, right time, ARCA Series, Wednesday at 9:05. Momentum Racing, Fridays at around 11:05 p.m. And then no other than the NARAS Cup Series right here on Fisher Studios every single Saturday. Drivers should be ready to go on the track now. Let's go ahead and get this starting grid shown. Sitting in first place in the 11 car on the inside line, the 11 of Lucas Lewis. Sitting just outside of him in line 1, the 88 of Josh Mason. Behind them in line 2 is the 8 car, of Mark Morton. Sitting outside of Morton is the 08 of Charlie Bennett. 5th place, the 4 car of Corey Rainey. In 6th place, the 48 of Owen Lax. 7th is the 09 of Isaiah Fox. 8th place is going to be the 5 car of Christian Mullen. 9th place, starting position, the 9 car of Jordan Parker. 10th, rounding out your top 10, is going to be the 32 of Josh Ryder. Carden Hansen sitting in 11th place in the 3 car. And Jonathan White rounding out your pack here in 12th place, driving that number 77. Should be a good night for some of these drivers here. Pace, car lights are off, and we are moments away from a green flag at one of the most action-packed tracks, nicknamed the Action Track for its intense close quarter racing. Under these lights, permanently added in 1991, we will add another race into the Richmond Speedway's books. "50 laps to start off this stage. 50 laps in stage 2, and 100 laps will be done in stage 3. Drivers getting focused at this point in time. Nothing else to get in their way but another car or themselves mentally here tonight. It is now their time to shine. Pace car goes off. 11 of Lucas takes us to a green flag in the restart zone here. Good jump from the 11 inside line, still holding strong on the bottom. A lot of too wide a race and a little scuff in the backfield. And the 8 car of Morton already sideways. Little bit of contact. First caution of the night already out here at the Virginia Lovers 200. That caution coming from the 8 car of Mark Morton. Take a look at what happened to Morton there. See him try to run that midline. Comfortable, still looking good. Doesn't seem to have any contact from the 88. Could be a netcode situation there, but doesn't look like it. Seems he just got loose in that throttle. That's exactly what caused him to spin out there, dropping the first caution flag of the night. Morton now all the way back in 12th place. Now the 09 of Fox, little bit of a clip to the outside of Morton when he spun. In now, getting some damage repaired on that vehicle. No fast repair for any of these drivers here tonight, so he possibly will be in there for a few moments. And is now leaving, regaining the field, not too far behind, will be able to make up that time. Thankfully is out before he got put a lap down. So the 09 of Isaiah Fox able to go around, reconvene at the back of the pack there. And thankfully that does not hurt him early on in the beginning of this race. But now, the 88 of Josh Mason in the front of this pack here. 11 of Lucas Lewis had to fall to second at that point in time when the caution was thrown. The 88 was in the lead. Now in third place is the 08 of Charlie Bennett. Choose cone this time by. Behind Bennett in fourth place is the 48 now of Owen Lax. Gained 2 positions so far here tonight. Sitting in fifth place, rounding out your top 5 for this restart, will be the 4 car of Corey Rainey. In a beautiful Lost Souls paint scheme there. Shout out to Lost Souls. Shout out to Victory Lane Graphics for his design as well. Pace car off. We are back green. Sounded like someone was in the wrong gear on that restart. Green flag, second time tonight, lap 6 of 200. Little bit of contact from Mullins in the wall. Looking at your top 5 right now, not much changing happening so far. Uh-oh, a little bit of blink in there from the 08. Still not a problem. Another wreck in the wall is Charlie Bennett. Caught the 48 of Owen Lax. And the 5 of Christian Mullen as well. Lax riding that outside wall. Lost all the toe and his steering at this point in time. Doing what he can to get back to pit road. Yeah, and Lax seems to possibly have to get that towed. Not able to make it. Now tows the vehicle back to pit road. Could already be the end of the night for the 48. Now, 88 of Joshua Mason still in the lead here. So far trying to do what he can to hold that lead. Has led 8 laps so far. We are roughly 9 laps into this race. Under caution at this point in time. So pretty good stats right now for that 88 of Parker Motorsports. doing as best as he can to hold that car in the lead. But how long will that strategy prevail? Will it make it work all the way to a win? Or will we see that slowly slip away the more these laps go under green flag racing? It's going to be a tough one to kind of decide. It's too early. Really going to have to pay attention and watch just based off of the driving alone, as right now they haven't had a good green flag run to really know how long these tires are going to last them 100% while banking these corners pretty hard and at least a halfway in throttle. So right now it's still really early to tell how comfortable these team strategies already are, or if they are comfortable enough to possibly help them get a stage 1, a stage 2, or possibly a stage 3 victory here. Right now, all drivers making the choose cone decision this time. 88 of Mason chooses the high line, lets Lucas Lewis in the 11 restart in the low line. 9 car of Jordan Parker on the outside behind his teammate. 4 car of Corey Rainey starting in 4th place. And rounding out your top 5, the number 3, Carden Hansen, sitting in 5th. Green flag back out here once again. Josh Mason with a really good lead here. Good restart. 9 car Parker Motorsports now still behind. Could possibly be already trying to play damage control early. Let him get that lead. Knowing that 9 car will be able to fight for it himself sooner or later. Little bit of contact from the 9 in the outside wall. Four car of Rainey ripping behind the 11 right there. Still side by side. Mark Morton once again breaks loose in the Mountain Dew Voodoo car. 3rd caution of the night out so far. And I'll tell you, for a Virginia Lovers 200, they are damn sure loving that wall right now. Seeing some get into the throttle just a little bit too early. Might be the same situation for Mr. Morton there. Let's see if we can get that cockpit view. See if it was an over-acceleration in that corner or he just went in a little bit too hot. Looks to be a little bit of the acceleration, getting them loose. Throttle control really being a big factor in this race tonight. Wasn't really on his gas so much, nor did he dump that throttle to really spin those back tires. So you could see it is a very, very slick racing surface, and a slick compound of tires to match will not help the more the rubber builds up on the track over the night. Now, Morton in pits along with the 08 of Bennett. The 42 of Lax officially being deemed out of the race for the rest of the night. The 08 and 8 still in pits at this time. Leaders coming up on that front stretch, getting really close there. Morton able to beat it out. Charlie Bennett able to beat him out as well. 09 of Fox still in the pits. Has been in pit lane for about a minute and some change. About 47 seconds and some change at this point in time. Now will be a lap down to begin this restart. 88 of Mason taking that outside lane again, side by side with his team owner, the 9 car, Jordan Parker. Now in line 2 is Lucas Lewis and the 4 car of Corey Rainey sitting in 4th. Rounding out your top 5 in line 3 is going to be Jonathan White and Cardin Hansen. Christian Mullins and Josh Ryder sitting 7th and 8th. And Morton in 9th place right now with Isaiah Fox. Now 1 lap down the back of the pack. Green flag once again here. '88 holding that high line, going to that middle line through the corners, shown to prevail for him so far. Lucas Lewis in the wall just a little bit there. We've seen it a lot from a few cars on these restarts. Nine of Parker going to file in. Doesn't want to get too aggressive. In the back, once again, goes around. 5 car, Christian Mullen. 4th caution of the night out so far. Only 20 laps in at this point in time. See here once again. Most likely throttle. Got into the throttle just a little bit too much. Spun him to that inside wall. And that was all she wrote there, folks. Seems like a lot of these drivers are having the same problem at this point in time. That being getting back into the throttle just a little bit too early. You have to wonder how much this is going to affect these green flag pit cycles or the green flag runs entirely. As we are just now hitting the 21 lap mark. Few guys in pits at this point in time. 8 car of Mark Morton. 5 car of Christian Mullen notably. 9 of Jordan Parker now exiting pit road. 3 car of Cardin Hansen in as well. 09 of Isaiah Fox now coming into pits this time as he got his lap back. And Charlie Bennett in the 08 still in pits. 27 seconds in pitch right now. Believe 2 to 3 laps down at this point in time. And just able to make it out of pits before getting trapped a lap down. And right now, choose cone being taken for the 4th time again tonight. The 11 of Lewis and the 88 of Mason once again for the 4th time side by side here to restart this race. Pace car off this time by 88 of Mason and the 11 of Lewis take us back to green flag. Once again, lap 25 of 200. 88 of Mason in the lead right now. Good run off that corner like he always has, not getting too close to the wall. Everybody else behind him is the ones that are having to worry, as there have been a few bumps and bangs in the back of that field that have caused some cautions up to this point in time. Third place right now, sitting comfortably, the 4-car Lost Soul scheme of Corey Rainey, doing what he can to get up to that 88 in the lead. Parker in the 9 just behind, and sitting behind him is the 8-car of Morton. Another car around on the front stretch. It is the 3-car of Cardin Hansen. No caution being called at this point in time as he wrecked off the racing surface. 88 of Mason still in the lead. 2/10 back is the 11 of Lewis, and is not able to pull any of that time off so far. Getting a little bit shaved off right there. 88 clips the wall. That's going to let the 11 go side by side here into 3 and 4. Gets around the 88 comfortably. 11 is back in the lead. Now, can the 11 hold it? He has 2 teammates not too far behind him. They are both side by side right now, blocking that 4-car of Corey Rainey from making any moves. Little bit dicey right there. 8-car able to get around without spinning the 4 of Rainey. It's going to cost Rainey at least a position or 2 there. Now, Parker and Mason sitting second and third, hawking down Lewis in the lead. Side by side, the Parker Motorsports cars go. Good strategy from Parker Motorsports early on in this race. Occupy both lanes and make it very difficult for the rest of the cars on the field to get around them. Lewis adding time to the second place car right now of Jordan Parker. Little bit of a hiccup back there. Seemed to be the 4-car of Rainey. Possibly got into it with the 77 of Jonathan White just in front. Back to your leaders right now. Mason sitting in 4th place. Morton able to get the jump over the 88, now in 3rd. Hunting down the 9-car of Parker Motorsports and the 11 of Lucas Lewis. Lap 33 and a half in the books right now. Well, excuse me, 32 and a half in the books, going starting lap 34 now. The 11 seems very comfortable out front. 9-car, not too close, but also not too far away, so he cannot breathe just yet. Still has to dig deep and know the lines he needs to be in if he's going to have to block this 9-car in a few more laps. Right now, 0.5 of a second back is the 9-car of Parker, passing you on your screen right there. Lap 36 out of 200 just started, just a little bit over halfway of this stage. Now in the books, 50 laps for stage 1 and 2. Lucas seems to be trying to take it all here in the first stage. Jordan doing as much as he can to minimize the time. Not efficient right now as he is gaining a little bit of time to the leader, but it is not enough to make a difference. Lewis is going to be able to put all that time right back on. Going through the field in 3rd place right now, Mountain Dew Voodoo scheme on that 8-car of Mark Morton sitting in 3rd. 1.25 second back from the leader. 4th place is that 88, the dominant one so far of the night. Josh Mason now sitting in 4th place. Fighting him right on your screen to the inside is the 4-car of Corey Rainey, representing RFD in that Ford machine. edges out just above the 88. Still side by side as they pass the line, fighting for fourth. Rainey able to get it. Will he hold on to it? Clears him in 1 and 2. Now Rainey comfortably in fourth. Mason still on that bumper. Decent amount of time between Rainey and Morton. Rainey 4 car on your screen right now. Looking to see how big that distance is between him and third place right now. Third place just barely on your screen there. That top left corner exiting 3 and 4. So just a few seconds back from the top 3 is this 4 car. Losing a little bit of time behind is that 88 of Josh Mason. As now Parker is reeling Lucas Lewis in slowly but surely. 0.3 of a second has rubbed off 0.3 of a second as well, and is now slowly closing the gap on Lucas Lewis. Parker, notably tough season up until this point. DNF'd out of roughly his first 7 races of the season. Had to dig deep and fight. Was still 60 points back from the regular season championship. Unfortunately, his competitor was not able to finish the season out. So all that hard-fought battle he did came and prevailed for that 9 cars. He was able to take away the regular season championship. Now looking to hunt once again and find himself in victory lane here. Unfortunately, lost those 0.3 he gained on Lewis. Parker going to have to reel it in here if he wants to get this stage win. Morton still comfortably sitting in third place. Rainey almost 3 seconds off from the leaders, but slowly dialing it in on the 8 car. Not much happening up in the front. Lewis able to now put Parker back by a second, as we are roughly at the end laps of the first stage here at the Virginia Lovers 200. Morton now closing that gap on Parker, but will it be too late to make a difference? Let's follow Morton here, see if he can make anything shake. Do not believe he'll be able to find that rhythm. Gained a tremendous amount of time. Still closing it in on Parker. Parker and Morton not able to make a change of position there for the first stage finish. Seems like we had a wreck on the track as well. '77 got loose and slid up into Mullen. Everybody else able to brake in time and get around. Mulling around once again. Now everybody in pits, give or take. Ooh, Lewis just beat Parker out of the stall. Parker had to check up a little bit there. Almost made contact with the rear end of the vehicle. Lewis able to still maintain that first position. Jordan Parker having to dial it in here a little bit. Now sitting in second place. Going to have a really good restart position here. These drivers ready to get back to this green flag racing action here. The Virginia Lovers 250. Pace car is off. Lewis taking us back to green flag racing. Lewis, great jump. Morton making a huge comeback there on the outside. 4-car of Rainey going to dive it onto the inside, hold that low lane, fighting for second place right now. A-car of Morton not able to hold it into that corner. Will lose the position, but gains it right back. A little bit of mayhem in the backfield. Top three all in spitting distance of one another, ready to fight it out. See what Morton will do. Holds that middle line once again. Trying to keep that clean air on the nose of his vehicle. Going through the rest of your top 5, 1, 2, and 3, the 11 of Lewis, the 8 of Morton, 4-car of Rainey on your screen. 4th place not too far behind, the 32 of Josh Ryder, 88 of Josh Mason, 6-car of Parker, 9-car in 6th place of Jordan Parker, excuse me. And the 77 in 7th place right now. Christian Mullins in the 5, sitting in 8th. Isaiah Fox in the 09, in 9th. And Charlie Bennett in the 08, rounding out your top 10 48 of Lax out early this night. 22 of Broadfoot not able to start this race. 3 cars spun not too long after that green flag was waved. In pits now, will be roughly about 2 laps out. Rainey into the wall there a little bit. Edges over in front of the A car of Morton. Rainey goes to the high line, blocks that run of Morton. All still for the fight to get up to the 11 of Lewis and get that dominance away from him right now. Stage 1 winner in the lead. He has led so far on the night 35 laps out of 62 already in the books. Morton once again loses it off acceleration. And the 5th accident caution of the night is called. Go ahead and see from the roll bar cam. Same situation that we've seen before with multiple other drivers so far. And just got back into the throttle just a little bit too early. Spun that car out. And unfortunately caused another caution on the night. Tough racing here so far. I feel bad for a few of these drivers that keep having their problems so far with their throttle or just the tires breaking pretty easily. I mean, this is America's premier short track after all. It is not named the action track for nothing. Now Morton regaining with the rest of the field. Sitting in 7th position right now. Lewis in the front. Still in the lead on this restart. 4 car of Corey Rainey will be starting in 2nd place. Choose cone decided this time. Drivers ready to get this race back under green flag conditions. Pace car off the track. Green flag back in the restart zone. The 11 of Lewis. Good jump there. Chopper cam following the 4 car of Rainey, sitting in 2nd place right now. Josh Ryder in the 32. Sitting in 3rd, 7 positions up from where he started on the grid tonight. Lewis maintaining his speed within these corners. He sees the 4-car of Rainey in that rearview mirror, trying to hold a good defensive line. Lap 70, this time by Lewis. A very dominant car so far, not many able to keep up or catch up in total. We've seen Morton hold on to that bumper for long. Now we're seeing the 4-car of Rainey do the same. Will Rainey have a better effect? Huge run. Had to check up just a little bit. If the 11 was not there on the inside, he would have had that run. A little bit of a shake-up. 88 of Mason able to get around Rainey. Now pushing Rainey back to third place. Morton slightly in the wall there. Now, Mason and Lewis seem to be going back at it sooner or later. Lewis almost went up and spun himself out in the 88. Was able to regain it and hold off the time. 88's over-under to the inside now. 88 takes the lead momentarily. Lewis takes it back. 88 back into the lead once again, but Lewis gets it out of the corner, going into the backstretch. Now Lewis back in the lead. Huge bump from the 88 there. Some might call that unnecessary this early on. Very aggressive for no reason. Really making contact with that back bumper of the 11. Following now with the ARN blimp cam. 88 notably checking up now instead of giving that run. 9-car of Parker now caught up to the pack, sitting in third place. Side by side, they were just a moment ago for the lead. The 11 still able to hold on, needs to get back up and block. Doesn't have to worry about that too much. 88 put himself into that outside wall. 4-car of Rainey trying everything he can to stay in his position and possibly gain some time. 9 slightly goes to the inside there. Loses a bit of time. Now you see Rainey going inside of the 9. Not able to keep the run there. Luke is still in the lead, a lap 82 out of 200. More than halfway through stage 2. 88 now sniffing the bumper of the 11 again, slams himself into the wall. Running a little bit too aggressive on his exits and losing that momentum for sure with those wall taps. '11, the most comfortable out of these top 4 cars. 88 slams the wall again. But as I was saying, 11, the most comfortable out of these 4 cars to hold that low line. Saw him break just a little bit right there. '88 to the inside of the 11. Minimal contact, very close. We have a car around. Seems to be Josh Ryder, the 70, nope, excuse me, the 32. Seems to have lost his handling a little bit. Ryder now in pit lane. 88 of Mason also in pit lane. Slowly turns in front of the 11, trying to, I'm assuming, stall him from entering the box, and it only caused him grief and damage in the long run. Would like to go look back at that and see exactly what the thought process there was. A little bit too far up. Was rewinded ourselves. So the 11 shoots to the inside. 88 should have already been down. Going into his pit box. And decides to dive in late, which would have held up the 11 by a few seconds from him getting in his pit stop, which would have taken him out of the lead. So questionable tactics and a questionable move there by the 88. Whether it was clean or dirty, you should have already been down at that line entering your stall. You do not enter stalls from the outside of the line. The 11 able to hold on to the lead. That now pushes the 88 back into 7th place, sitting behind Christian Mullen, one of his other teammates. 2 car. 2. The 4 car. Try that for 3 times. The 4 car in 2nd position, Corey Rainey, now on the inside line for this restart. 3rd place, the A car of Mark Morton on the outside behind Lewis. Now sitting in 3rd place, Jordan Parker, sitting just behind Rainey. Pace car off this time by 09 of Isaiah Fox, rounding out that top 5 for this restart. Back green flag once again. Lap 90 out of 200 started this time by RFD's very own Corey Rainey, now sitting in 2nd place behind Lewis, trying to figure out what he needs to do to take that 1st position away. Seems the 9 car of Parker fell back to try to catch up with his teammate. 4 car of Rainey around. To the inside wall, no caution being called. The 11 of Lucas Lewis now comfortably in the lead. Two Toyotas sitting in the top three. Only two Toyotas on the track here tonight. Now Morton in second place, trying to get this stage victory over Lewis. Only a few more laps to do so here. And once again, Morton getting a little bit too aggressive. Caution is called. Morton breaking loose a lot tonight. So unfortunate for him. 8th caution here of the night. Lewis in the lead. And there you see the 08 of Bennett getting a lap back. Lucas just might have stage 1 and 2 wrapped up with a bow here. As long as his restart goes his way. Drivers choosing this time by Lucas Lewis obviously in the lead. 09 of Isaiah Fox sitting in second. 9 car of Parker in third. 4th place his teammate, the 88 of Mason. In 5th place, their teammate, the 5 car of Mullen. Sitting in 6th, the 77 of Jonathan White. 7th place after his solo spin is the 4 car of Corey Rainey, and right behind him is the 8 car, also solo spun, of Mark Morton. Charlie Bennett now got his lap back. Will choose the low line there. .32 of Ryder joining the 3 of Hansen and the 48 of Lax, officially out of the competition tonight. Leaves 9 cars on the track. Pace off, green flag back. Once again, lap 99 of 200. 09 with a little bit of a touch. Breaks loose in the back. It is mayhem. Another caution called. And by God, George. Anticipation for the stage win gets the best of everybody, and there's a lot of contact. See that contact from the 09 to start off the bumper of the 9 car. '09 overshoots it, not expecting the 9 overshoots it, not expecting the '09 to check up. 9 car able to regain it. 4 car thinks he's going back down. Breaks loose himself, touches the 5 of Mullen. Mullen breaks loose to the inside. 4 car comes back up into the '09. '09 goes into the 88. 88 spins around himself in front of the 4. 4 reconnects with the 5. 88 4 car spun out on the bottom. And all in that time, Lucas Lewis able to avoid all of that. Ninth caution of the night so far. Lucas Lewis getting the second I'm being told that the 9 car won the stage as the rest of the field pitted before the stage officially ended under caution. A little bit confused there on the 9 win, as I thought everybody waited after the 100th lap to pit. Will have to be something we have to verify after the race. But a restart once again. Christian Mullen in the lead. Rex out. 10th caution here of the night. '09 of Isaiah Fox going to be in the lead for this restart under the 10th caution of the night here. After the solo spin from the 5 of Christian Mullen, which puts him back into 5th place at this point in time. Now, the '09 gets to decide where he's going to choose to restart. '09 chooses the low line. Morton to his outside this time for the restart. 10th caution of the night. 3 car of Lewis. A dominant car. Thought he had stage 1 and 2. But apparently few pitted before the official end under caution. So the 9 won that stage. '09 takes us back to green flag in the restart zone. Good distance to the rest of the field he had on that restart. They are slowly dragging him back in. A lot of cars scraped that wall. Notably, the 8 and the 9 car seem to have followed each other in that wall. '11 looked to be trying to dive it in side by side. Didn't have the opportunity to make that happen. '11 almost breaks loose there. Morton in the wall just a little bit. Huge hit from the 88 into the wall. Side by side, the 11 dives it in low for the lead. Switching leads they are right now. Officially, the 11 just in the lead by a little bit. '09 takes it back away. Good racing for these top two, and 9 car slams the wall, exiting that turn. Lewis gets a little bit loose there. It's going to lose that time. Back to the '09 in the lead. Now him and Morton going side by side for second place. Morton makes a little bit of contact with that '09, breaks him loose. Fox able to save it, and now Lewis back into the lead. Following this second pack, who will be the one to reel the 11 back in? '09 dives in front of the 8. 9 in the 88 stacked up in draft. 2 teammates. In the wall a little bit there. Jordan with a high apex saved it out of the wall. Lewis, 7/10 in front of the '09 of Fox. As they are still battling it out back here for second place. Christian Mullen in the wall just off screen. Few of these drivers have cleaned up their exits of these apexes, not really scrubbing the wall like they just were after that restart. Morton has to be careful here not to give them too much time on that high line and lose all that momentum. Morton solo spins once again. Into the infield he goes. And keeps it rolling like a G. What a seasoned driver to keep it out of the wall, number one. not have a caution called. Number 2. Back in 8th place now is the 8 car. Going back up to the leader. 11 of Lewis. 09 of Fox behind. Then you have the 9 and the 88 of Parker Motorsports. A lot of distance separating these drivers. Almost 1.5 seconds back is the 3rd place car, the 9 to the 11 of Lewis. 120 laps in the books here. Start of lap 121 now. Fox, Lewis, still 1 and 2. Fox not gaining as much time as he probably would like to, as those cars of Parker Motorsports are slowly encroaching behind. Still not much change from the 09 at this point in time. Going through the rest of your field. Top 5 right now, we have Charlie Bennett. Behind him is in 6th place, the 5 car of Christian Mullen. Right behind Christian in 7th is the 4 car of Corey Rainey. In 8th, the 8, Mark Morton. Back in the wall there, once again having a difficult night on the track. And right now in pit road, the 77 of Jonathan White has been in pits for roughly 11 minutes so far. Back to your leaders, the 11 of Lewis, comfortably holding the field. Dominating this race with his pace up to this point in time. Has led 85 laps of this race so far. 2nd place is Isaiah Fox, has only led 8. Parker in the 9 has only led 1. Mason behind him has led 29 laps of the race. Top 5, other than the top 4 explicitly, the only ones within that top 4 that have touched the lead before here tonight. But Lewis doing a fantastic job driving that vehicle. Almost a full second now splits him and the 09 of Fox behind. 2.5 seconds splits the 9 and the 11. And 6 seconds splits the 4 car in 6th place and the leaders. And while they are a little bit spread out here, we are going to go to a quick commercial break from a word from our sponsors.
Did you know Toyota has 3 NASCAR Cup teams? We got Team 2311, owned by this guy, and 3-time Daytona winner Denny Hamlin. But Denny Hamlin races for another team, Joe Gibbs Racing. Yeah, Super Bowl winning head coach Joe Gibbs. And they both share the track with Legacy Motor Club, co-owned by 7-time Cup champ Jimmy Johnson. 3 epic teams, 4 legendary owners, all going after 1 cup. Now you're up to speed. You in?
Hendrick.
Summer is here and you've got places to go.
She's headed to a golf tournament.
This one's headed to the beach.
And he's headed to a music festival.
And they know every good road trip starts right here.
At Hendrick Automotive Group.
We'll check your battery, tire pressure, top off your fluids,
Check your cooling system.
And do a multi-point inspection.
extending the life of your vehicle.
And keeping you safe anywhere you want to go.
For free.
Just make sure you're road ready. All good road trips start here.
Book your road ready appointment today at hendrickcars.com.
Last year, Ram killed the Hemi V8, and people had opinions. The same people that killed the Hemi sent me out here with these comments. That's not happening. We own it, we got it wrong, and we're fixing it. You hear that? That's our Hemi, and it's saying, I'm back.
Did he say what I think he said? That thing's got a Hemi.
Hell yeah, it does. You want more? Buckle up. Ram's coming back to NASCAR. Let's go. We're back in America's motorsport. The Hemi's back, and we ain't going anywhere.
And we are back. Caution flown once again as we were in commercial break. 11th caution of the night coming from the 8 car of Mark Morton. Morton having difficulty in that area of the track tonight. And it's caused him to wreck out again. 11 of Lewis, 09 of Fox, line 1 for the restart once again. $11 of Lewis, good run. 9 on the inside. Contact made. Both cars around. 12th caution of the night. Go ahead and follow the head cam of the 9 car. Looking at it one more time from a different view there. Nine also making contact with the 5, Christian Mullen, his teammate. Now puts the 09 in the lead. The 08 of Bennett in second place. 88 of Josh Mason in third. Fourth is the 11 of Lewis. Fifth place, Corey Rainey in pits right now. Alongside Christian Mullen in sixth. Jordan Parker in 7th, making his crab walking his way down pits. And Mark Morton now officially out for the night. Jonathan White still in pit lane, 26 laps. Nope, out of pits now. but unfortunately 26 laps down. '09 taking the low line this time. That means the '08 of Bennett will start on the outside. 4-car of Rainey on the inside. '88 of Mason on the outside. Lewis catching up as well. Mullen and Parker still in pits. Pace car off the track. '09 taking us back to green flag racing in the restart zone. '09, good jump there to start lap 142 out of 200 here for the Virginia Lovers 200. Little bit of maneuvering going on back here. Paying attention to this group on your screen. The 11 of Lewis, like a shark that smells blood in the water. Honing in on that low line, takes it side by side with the 4, Rainey in the wall. 11 able to get it that time in the corner. Just clears himself in the front end. Now sitting back in second place. 11 solo spins right into the front of the 4-car. More damage for the 4 of Rainey. Thirteenth caution of the night. Right now, a sizable amount of laps have happened under the yellow flag. Definitely not the most notable cautions of the night. Nothing will beat the 2007 Sam's Club 250 held right here at Richmond Raceway that had 25 cautions by the end of the night and saw 117 out of 253 laps ran under the yellow flag. Duly noted, that is one of the most, considered one of the most chaotic races in NASCAR history, with a caution on the last lap, nearly tying the all-time record cautions in a single race, and that was only missed by one more lap. Rainey now back out, reconvening with the field. Mullen, 7 laps down, now back on the field. Parker still in pit road. Unfortunate night ender for him there. Even if he is able to fix it, he will be a massive amount of laps down. Now the 4 car back up into second place. Will he have enough time to gain off that 09? 4 car of Rainey going to the inside. Back green flag here from the front cam of the 09. Good restart for him as he's able to take that and run with it there when the green flag was dropped. 11 of Lucas Lewis now back in second. RFD's 4 car in third. 88 of Mason making a run on the outside. '88 back into the wall. Another wall slam from the 5 of Mullen. Side by side for second right now, just by a hair. 4 of Rainey trying his best to get back up into second place. Able to do it there. Now, who will be able to fight Lewis for this lead? Rainey doing his best right now to try to close the distance to that 11. 11 not letting him get that outside line. '09 is still losing a little bit of time. Touches the wall just slightly. 9 of Parker officially out of the race tonight. That leaves just 5 people on lead lap. Rainey now gaining a lot of time as he's starting to close that gap. But where will he be able to make his move to pass the 11? '88 breaks loose there, able to maintain it. Could have been really messy. Lap 159, this time by 158 laps done and in the books for the night here at the Virginia Lovers 200. now doing everything they can to try to take this lead away from the 11 of Lewis. At this point in time, he has led 104 laps of this race. That is under green flag and yellow flag conditions. Notably, Stage 1 would have won Stage 2, but most of the drivers went in before the official lap was done under caution for Stage 2. Now the 4-car of Rainey trying to take it all away from him and get this victory for himself, locking himself into the next round off of a win. For Rainey starting to lose a little bit of time there. In third behind the 88 of Josh Mason. In fourth, the 09 of Fox. 08, Charlie Bennett still holding on strong. In sixth place, 7 laps down, Christian Mullen. And the 77 of Jonathan White. 25 laps back in 8th place. The 11 is doing everything he can to hold this lead all to himself. Has to not wear out those tires too much. Not a situation you want to do. Not a situation you want to be in either. Running this much of the race as the leader and then losing it all because of a tire strategy is one of the worst things imaginable that could happen here tonight. Lap 167 now in the books. Starting lap 168. Not much changing so far up here in the front. Rainey and Lewis still 1-2. Bennett, the 08. Josh Mason, still 3 and 4. Fox in the 09 trying to hold on as good as possible. Side by side now, Mason and Fox for 4th. Mason able to get around the 09 and hold them off. Going back up to the front now. Lewis in an area all by himself on the track. Roughly a second and a half back from the second place sitter of Corey Rainey. Now we are under 30 laps to go. 27 laps more to go here. Lucas Lewis in the lead, sizable distance. Last pit lap was lap 146. Almost 30 laps even on those tires. Seems like the 08 is slowly starting to gain time on the 4-car of Rainey here. 25 laps left to go. A field is spread out by a decent margin. Not many fights going around on the track. Lucas Lewis in the lead all by himself for a second and almost a half. Then you have Corey Rainey in second place. Third place right now, Charlie Bennett in the 08, slowly gaining on that 4-car. Then finishing in fourth, the 09 of Isaiah Fox, rounding out your top 5, the 88 of Mason. Those two have fallen off drastically from where they were in the beginning of this restart. Now, only 23 laps to go here. Seems to be Lucas's race, as long as he's able to hold on to that car and do what he's already been doing, and that is dominating this race. Looking at the ARN blimp cam, you can see the distance he has on the 4 of Rainey. Lewis still notably able to hold that low line pretty late into this run. Was not expecting him to still have that much comfortability in the car on the low line with about 30 lap old tires. It's been his preferred line of racing all night. We've seen him make a lot of passes and moves in that low line. That low line is what got him that lead, and it seems to be what might get him this victory as long as he can hold on to it for the next 21 laps. Starting lap 180, that time by the restart zone. Start and finish line. Now only 20 laps to go for the 11. Corey now has a little bit of competition behind him in that rearview mirror. Oh, it almost skipped the wall there. Able to keep it off the wall, maintain it as long as he does not wreck this 4-car. We are looking like we're going to have green flag racing until the end. Rainey lets the 08 go by. Knows he's going to burn out his tires, so why not let him do that by himself? Into the wall, the 08 goes just a little bit, getting too aggressive in it now that he knows the leader's just in front of him by almost 2 seconds. Seems to be some traffic just in front of Lucas. Looks to be the 5 of Mullen. Mullen almost wrecks himself. Running only 90 in the corners. Holding up a lot of the field there. Oh, Ada Bennett skipped the wall there just a little bit. Trying to catch up to Lewis with only 15 to go, but seems like it might not be working to his advantage as he is only gaining tenths of a second as he cannot keep it off that outside wall. Lewis just in front, roughly by 2 seconds. This is his race to win here. 13 laps to go. 08 now just under 2 seconds behind the leader. Corey Rainey still sitting in third. Fox in the 09 still sitting in fourth. Mason in the 88 still sitting in fifth and is spread out amongst the field now. Christian Mullen sitting in sixth place. 8 laps down, most likely will be his finishing position, as the only other person on the track behind him is the 77 of White, who is 25 laps down himself. And as you see, Lewis slowly gaining on White now. 11 laps to go. Bennett still not catching time, only losing time. He's burnt those tires up just a little bit too much, too early into the restart at the end of this stage. Nine to go here at the Virginia Lovers 200. The 11 of Lewis still in the lead. Not really worried about what else is going on around him, as he only has to worry about what is going on in front of him. As long as it stays green, it is his race to win here at this point in time. Caution coming out will possibly let the 08 of Bennett or the 4 possibly take a win away from him. '88 of Mason really falling off here as these laps are winding down. 7 more to go. Lewis now leading 139 laps of this race under green and caution yellow flag conditions. Five to go here at the Virginia Lovers 200. Lucas Lewis, a dominant car. Has the 88 just in front. Had a little bit of trouble with the 88 earlier on in stage 2. Will he try to pass that 88 and possibly risk it, or will he stay behind? Lewis does not seem too worried about passing him, as he is already at the back of the field, still not lapped. But doesn't seem to be his main concern, as he's trying to keep it caution-free here. 2 laps to go. The 11 of Lewis holding on for dear life as those tires wear out more and more. Bennett sitting in second. Rainey in third place. Isaiah Fox and Josh Mason sitting fourth and fifth. White flag waved right here. Final lap for the 11. As long as nothing happens, it is his race. Notably stayed away from the 88. Did not want any trouble there. at the end of this race. Now, a couple of more corners to take, and there it is. The 11 takes the win at the Virginia Lovers 200, locking himself into the next round of the playoffs. Now we'll go ahead and listen to the 11 burn it down on that start-finish line. He takes one victory lap around. Doesn't seem to be celebrating tonight. Or is he celebrating on the back? Oh, he put it in reverse, Terry. All eyes on you, 11. What you got for us here? There it is. And the 11 blew the motor in his car. Great race from the 11. Didn't burn it down as I expected, but still had a celebratory lap around the track. And then some unofficial results right now. The 11 of Lewis takes the win here at the Virginia Lovers 200. The 08 of Charlie Bennett sitting in second place. Third place, you have the 4 car of Corey Rainey. Joshua Mason in the 88, finishing in fourth. Fifth, you have Isaiah Fox in the 09. Sixth, few laps down here tonight, was the 5 car of Christian Mullen. In seventh place, you have the 77 of Jonathan White. Eighth place, starting the cars that were knocked out due to damage at any point in time throughout the rest of the race. In eighth place was the 9th car of Jordan Parker. Ninth was the 8th of Mark Morton. 10th was Josh Ryder in the 32. 11 was Carden Hansen. 12th, Owen Lax out early in the night, and someone who wasn't able to start, the 22 of Brandon Broadfoot in 13th place. Now, the moment a lot of people have been waiting for. It's time for our interviews. Starting off with our third place finisher, if he is available. Doesn't seem like he is available. Seems he has already gotten off for the night. Not too happy with the race finish. The 08 of Charlie Bennett as well. Doesn't seem to be in any voice channels. So we'll just go ahead and kick it directly to the race winner himself since nobody else wants to talk and have an interview tonight. That is the 11 of Lucas Lewis. Man, congratulations on your win. How are you feeling?
Man, that one was definitely way earned right there. I'd like to thank everybody who raced this race. Everyone kept me humble the entire race. And it's just crazy to think that this is these are tracks I don't like. I don't like short tracks. Why am I so good all of a sudden?
Good question indeed, man. Really was your race here tonight. Nobody was really able to kind of overtake you, and it's just an astonishing low line run you were able to hold even 30 plus laps in on the tires. You know, how was the car feeling on the track from you from the beginning of this race? Because I know a lot of people were having stability issues and especially throttling issues.
Yeah, I mean, it was that first lap. The reason why I lost the lead on that restart was because I didn't feel confident going into the corners, and I didn't want to wreck Josh in the first opening laps. So I I backed off, gave it to him. The caution came out. I was like, oh well, he got a good he got a good jump. It was crazy. I feel like I managed it pretty well. I was really the only one, if I look back at it, it's really the only one that really didn't get loose that much off the corners.
Now, second race, round of 16, officially in the books. Already locked yourself into the next round. How are we feeling about the next round itself? I know it will be possibly tricky for a few drivers. Some not expected to show up. Some are a little worried about, the round of 12 itself going forward. How are you feeling with those three races, that being Kansas, the first race of the round of 12, going to Bristol, and then going back to Charlotte for the first time again in the playoffs for the elimination race?
Yeah, I mean, those two tracks, if we take a look back at it, I've been one of the best cars. Kansas, I lost Kansas twice. Bristol, I felt like I was the best car last season, and just it didn't happen. So those two races are the main races. Like this round was the first two races will be the main race for me, and it's just I hope we get a good ones there to make sure that we're going to be locked into the next round of 8.
Round of 8 being a little bit tricky as well, with Martinsville being your elimination race. Next week, we are having to go to Watkins Glen for the Go Bowling 72. I kind of want your take on this race now that you're really not having to worry about locking yourself into a spot, but it still is a playoff points race. So kind of what is your strategy going into next week now that you already have this win under your belt?
Just back off, get positions when I can, and do opposite of whatever everybody else is doing. I have nothing really to worry about now. Same thing as Jordan, so I expect Jordan to do the same thing as me. Just go off strategy, see what works, what doesn't work. That's really it.
Now, an incredible race, to be honest. I think you led almost 140 laps out of these 200 here tonight. I mean, like I said, really dominant car. Feel like you have been dormant a little bit for the season. Now kind of showing out and showing out. Last win being on October 18th at Martinsville for the Napa Auto Parts 300. You have had a few weeks in between that. Only about 4 weeks since your last win. How are we feeling about possibly getting another win in any of the other rounds of the playoffs?
Feel very confident looking at the rest of the schedule. There are races that I do decent in, so that's what I'm really hoping for is just have decent runs, don't get involved in any other people's business, and hopefully maybe make it a championship for this year.
Now, you did have a few cars at some points in time tonight try to give you a little bit of a run for your money. A couple of bumps on the rear end. You were able to maintain through most of it and not break loose as expected or what they were anticipating. Did you kind of feel any of that pressure at all at any point in time within the stages that you were leading?
Yeah, I felt the most. That was like the most pressure was having somebody around my rear bumper. It was with Josh. Josh was giving me a run for my money. I definitely thought he was going to have it at one point. I kept on braking a little too early for him. He kept on hitting me. I was scared. I felt getting loose in turn three. I was like, oh, I'm about to go around. I'm surprised I saved it. But I mean, they really kept me humble. I mean, during the race, I had to take off the relative and just try to focus on my own stuff instead of looking down at the relative to see how far back they are. It's just they really everybody here today. That was a great race. They kept me straight and on the point and make sure I don't get in over my head and try to send the corner.
Well, now officially locked in from the second race of the round of 16. Before we let you go celebrate tonight, is there any shout-outs you would like to give?
I'm gonna shout out my parents once again for watching this race. It is my dad's birthday. This is a great way to give him a present right here. That was the only reason why I really wanted to go for this one. And I'm very happy that we were able to get this one in dominant fashion just for him. He was watching it out there. Didn't get any strategy tips once again from him. This was all off the noggin. So, I like to thank everybody in this race. I like to thank Jordan for making this series. I like to thank you, man, for giving everybody a chance to watch what we do.
Absolutely. And once again, I want to thank you for showing up and showing out. And once again, congratulations on your win here tonight at the Virginia Lovers 200.
Thank you.
What a phenomenal night of racing for a lot of drivers here. That was your Stage 1 end race winner, Lucas Lewis. Going through the field tonight, there were a lot of miscalculations when it came down to throttle strategy. We have seen a lot of it tonight. Here is one of the situations. Mark Morton was struggling just a little bit tonight with his ability to hold that throttle on exit. Happened multiple times for him, unfortunately. Had a lot of wrecks just from those situations of breaking loose. Josh Ryder, another one who had a situation as well at one point in time. Broke loose a little bit there. Christian in the back of that screen also kind of lost it. A lot of wall banging on the exits tonight, as we've seen a lot of. The 08 of Charlie Bennett as well had a few difficulties during the race. Able to make it out in second place, though, with the finish. Another one that had some problems tonight. The 5 car of Christian Mullen. There, a little bit of a mishap with Jonathan White. Led him around a few times tonight. Some solo spins as well. A wreck that took out the 9 car himself. Jordan Parker, early on in this race, had a little bit of misfortune, unfortunately. Trying to catch up to the field, see him break loose there. Was really everybody's situation for the night was just too heavy back on the throttle, too early going into it. Another early on wreck here as well. Charlie Bennett, Isaiah Fox also crashed. You see the 48 in front. This was the wreck that ended his night, unfortunately. Too much damage, was not able to hold it on. And that was really the story for a lot of this race. Just a lot of misfortune and not able for a lot of those drivers to finish this race on the lead lap. Now, looking back at your official results. Lucas Lewis, the man on a mission, would have had a sweep if it wasn't for most of the drivers going down to pits during that second stage finish under caution. Was able to get the first stage and the third stage win. Finishing in second place was the 08 of Charlie Bennett. Rounding out in third was the 4 car of Corey Rainey. Fourth was the 88 of Mason, who looked to possibly have the win here tonight, was just not able to hold on in the late stages of stage 3. Rounding out your top 5 was the 09 of Isaiah Fox, 1 lap down. Christian Mullins finished in 6th, notably 8 laps down from earlier situations on the night where he had to repair most of his damage. Finishing in 7th was the 77 of Jonathan White. 8th place out was the 9 of Jordan Parker. In 9th place as well, out for the night, was the 8 of Mark Morton. 10th was Josh Ryder in the 32. And 11th was Hansen in the 3. 48 of Owen Lax being the last car that was able to start tonight. 22 of Broadfoot sitting in 13th position. Great takeaways here from this race and a lot of learning lessons going in to the next season for when we go back to Richmond. Now that this race is in the books, there's only one more race for few drivers to be able to make their way into the round of 12. Next week on the 22nd, we will be right back here live, same time, but a different place, as we go to our first road course of the playoffs, that being Watkins Glen for the Go Bowling 72. That will be 2 20-stage laps, Stage 1 and Stage 2, Stage 3 being 32 laps. That will be set at the time of noon, so it will be a day race on that track. Would have a possible difference with the temperatures out there and the wind that night, as those drivers only having 5 sets of tires. So who will be able to claim that last ticket into the round of 12? We will find out next week here on Fisher Studios. On behalf of the Asphalt Racing Network and Fisher Studios itself, I want to thank everybody for tuning in live or watching this as a replay. If you have or haven't, be sure to give us a follow. And be sure to keep up with ARN on Twitch as we go live 2 times a week on Twitch, 1 time on YouTube. That being for the Right Time ARCA Series Wednesday, green flag at 9:05. Momentum Racing on Twitch Fridays at 11 o'clock p.m. And then right back here on YouTube Saturdays, green flag roughly around 9:50 for the start of the Watkins Glen race next week. My name is Tyler Jones, and as always, it has been my pleasure to bring you the play-by-play action. Until we meet next time, you guys have a great night.